everything is you, Lord. Yeah. Ha-ha. Everybody say, say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough, to say thank you. Say, Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude? How can I express my gratitude for all the many things Father, you done for me, yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are, you're my everything. Say, I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Nisi. You are my battle.
It's another wonderful Saturday afternoon. The sun is so bright and golden in the sky, and we're live on BWTV, bringing you the community and the law. My brothers, my sisters, friends, and everybody in the community. Do you know that there is an opportunity for you to register for sponsorship license? Do you know how to set up your business and do it right? There is this chance for you to learn and get it right. Right on the program, The Community and the Law. My name is 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗬. Let's get into it together. Hello. There are several questions in the community when it comes to the law, especially with immigration matters. That is why I'm inviting you to join us on the program, The Community and the Law, live on BWTV and brought to you by BWF Solicitors, our trusted partners when it comes to the law. We are going to have a very massive discussion on some of the issues of immigration matters that bother you. And they have the opportunity to meet you live on the program to explain to you all the updates that have come from the Home Office and also address your questions and concerns that you might have when it comes to the law. The Community and the Law is brought to you every Saturday between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. UK time. We're live on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, at BWF Solicitors, at BWTV, and of course, we urge you to share the program and invite others to join us. Remember, it's at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. every Saturday, live on BWTV. You have your questions. There are answers. So join us, learn, and empower yourself on the program, The Community and the Law. So pick up the phone and dial 0208 493 7345. Or you can send a text 07950 422 780. It's The Community and the Law. My name is 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗬 and I am your host.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
When you've got 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗬, Minister OJ, 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗬, and Diana Hamilton, what have you got? It can only be the return of Emmanuel Praise, brought to you by 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗏 Ministries. On Sunday, 26th of May, at the Pavilion, 143 to 145 Oxford Road, Reading, RG1 7UY. Doors open at 5. Tickets are £30 standard, £50 VIP, which includes your VIP seat, meet and greet and take pictures with artists, VIP snacks, water and drink, and an under 18 concession rate of £15. Get yours at @alexichampong.com or call +44 744 741 7321. Emmanuel Praise with Minister OJ, 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗏, Diana Hamilton, and 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗏. You will be blessed.
Lovely to have you here with us once again. It's a lovely afternoon here in the UK. The sun is out there, temperatures rising so high, and once we have summer coming, we're all very excited about that. But in all that, we also need to come together as a community to learn about things that need to be learned. And we're doing this by courtesy of BWF Solicitors, live on BWTV, on Facebook, YouTube, and all social media platforms. Once again, my name is 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗏, and I'm privileged to be your host. Now, this afternoon, we have a very interesting and very important topic to discuss. There are several opportunities for people, especially those in our community, to own businesses. How do you start? Now, when it is that you start, what do you need to put in place so that your business is worth the while? Then there are the opportunities for you to be able to employ people of your own ilk, where you can have a sponsorship license and operate according to the guidelines and the principles of the sponsorship license. What do you need to do? What do you need to have in the background? And what professional advice you have to have. Now, BWF Solicitors is so gracious enough to tell us what it is to do and how to go about it so that the community will be empowered. I know when you have sat with us for 2 hours on this very interesting program, The Community and the Law, you have the way to do it right. And I am so privileged to have the senior partner of BWF Solicitors, Mr. Bernard Owusu, Uncle Ben, we call him, as my resource person and guest. So, with your permission, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome him to the show. Uncle Ben, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for joining us.
And thank you very much as well. Really a pleasure to have you here and also to interact with our community. A very important topic, and I hope that after 2 hours, somebody would have had something out of it.
Well, very important topic, as Uncle Ben has said. So get your notepads ready, your pens and pencils, and if possible, record the program and watch it back later on, so that anytime you would have to register a business, you'd have to look at how your business is going. You can watch back and use that as a reference point. So what you need to do now is to go onto the Facebook page, BWF Solicitors, YouTube page, BWF Solicitors, and BWTV, both on Facebook and YouTube. Like the page. Now, you would want to also click on the notification button so that whatever we put content on the various platforms, you will be notified so you don't miss out. Then again, you want to share so that people will also have the same opportunity you are having this afternoon. Later on, we'll activate the lines and invite you to bring in your questions and concerns. And the number is 0208 493 7345. Remember, it's 0208 493 7345. Or you can send a text to 07399 208 468. 07399 208 468. So get your text and do your contributions ready when the lines are active. We will get you to come on the program. Uncle Ben is open to answer any question that you bring when it comes to the law. BWF Solicitors want to thank you so very much once again. They are located on the 4th floor of the Anna House, 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road, Seven Sisters, North London. They work Monday to Fridays between 9:30 and 6 p.m. in the evening. They are open to all your immigration issues. They are open to answer all your questions about how to put in applications here and there. And when it comes to business and doing it right, as we're going to help you understand this afternoon, they are there with the expertise to help you. BWF Solicitors, I think it's only right that we pay tribute to you. So let's take a message from them. When we come back, I will be taking you through some of the updates that have come in the past week, and also to get you to learn one of the things that we want you to learn when it comes to our nugget. That will be on. And remember, as the program, the community, and the law.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner, with over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Thank you for sticking with us. We live on the program BWF Solicitors Community and the Law. We are going to let you in on some of the things that have come in and also give you something to help you learn about the various aspects of the law. Now, let's pick up our nuggets first of all. The British Nationality Act of 1981 allows a child born in the UK after January 1, 1983, to be registered as a British citizen if, while he or she is a child, the father or mother becomes a British citizen or becomes settled in the UK, and an application is made for the child's registration as a British citizen. This is from Section 13 of the British Nationality Act of 1981. Um, I'll pick up on the updates, but we'll come back later on to ask Uncle to help us understand this. And there are a few questions that I know will be bothering your mind. We'll look at that. Now, let's look at some of the few things that I want to pay attention to and also draw your attention to. New data is showing that drastic impact of the UK immigration reforms in the UK are having on work and study visas. Now, look at this. 80% fall in student dependence, 83% fall in health and care worker visa applications from 14,300 in 2023 to just 2,400 this year to March. As the government continues to crack down on net migration by introducing tougher policies, sponsors will have to be compliant when asking for a certificate of sponsorship, and defined certificate of sponsorship increases. So you realize that if you've been following this program right from December up to early April, we have been hammering on the many changes that the UK government is introducing. And the impact is what I'm looking at and telling you about now. 80% fall in student dependence, 83% fall in health and care worker visa applications. In 2023, there were 14,300 to it's fallen to just about 2,400 this year to March. So January, February, March, it's fallen to 2,400. That's very drastic. And also, as the government continues to crack down on net migration by introducing tougher policies, sponsors would have to be compliant when asking for a certificate of sponsorship and define COS increases. These are bits that I will want to draw your attention to. I know definitely Uncle Ben will touch on that when we go for the explanation. Now, this one will dovetail into our discussion. There is the massive opportunity to register for sponsorship license, and a guide to registering as sponsors for the following businesses is available. So if you wish to employ a person who's settled or who not a settled worker or who does not otherwise have immigration permission to work for you in the UK, you need to be authorized by the Home Office. That I need you to be very much aware of. This authorization is known as sponsor license, and employers who hold sponsor license are known as sponsors. I'll be coming to those details when I speak to Uncle later on. But look at these various businesses that you could think of putting together: restaurants and catering, travel agencies, car fitters and garage owners, vehicle technicians and electricians, air conditioning fitters and repairers, um, hairdressing and beauty salon operators, graphics and multimedia designers, early education, that is after school club, importers and exporters, electrician and electrical fitters, TV, video and audio services and repairers, tailors and dressmakers, butchers, bakers, chefs, cooks. The list goes on, but at least these 16 are bits that I would want to draw your attention to. So let me do it this way. Let me go over to the desk of Uncle Ben, and we start with this one. Will dovetail into our discussion, so I'll skip this one. But let's go to the nugget. That says that the British Nationality Act of 1981 allows a child born in the UK after 1st of January 1983 to be registered as a British citizen. I know people would come in and ask that have a child probably outside of the UK, within the UK, that was born in 1984, for instance, up to date. the law says, or the Nationality Act says, that we can register them as British citizens. Can you expand on that for us?
Okay, so we know that some time ago, the conservative government at the time took away the right to citizenship to people who were born in the United Kingdom. And that right was then fettered. So they put a restriction on the right. So that right was not automatic. As you know, a lot of Ghanaians and Nigerians whose parents were at the time in the UK, either doing courses or doing diplomatic work. Anytime they had children prior to 1983, the child became a British national. By the mere fact that the child was born in the UK. It was not dependent on the status of the parents. And then Margaret Thatcher took away that right because I think at the time it was to do with apartheid. We know that many people raised issue about apartheid. Commonwealth Games was boycotted by a lot of African countries. And then she brought in the visa restriction against Ghanaians and Nigeria, and then brought in this law as well and took away the automatic right to British citizenship. Now, then they promulgated a law, the 1981 British Nationality Act, which also came into effect in 1983. And clearly, what the law sought to do was to prescribe the mode and the process that someone who is not a British citizen by birth or automatically can acquire British citizenship, either through registration or naturalization. For children who are born in the UK, they have a peculiar benefit. So although their right to automatic citizenship was taken away if the parents were not settled, or one of the parents was not settled, or a British citizen, then they can register after a period of time, or if their parents subsequently become settled. So Section 1.3 is for children who still remain children, who were born in the UK, and subsequently their parent becomes a British citizen. They can register under Section 1.3. Those who were born outside, that is a British citizen, otherwise done by descent, that is a totally different proposition. That one, if a British national who is a British citizen by descent. So for example, if your son gives birth to a child in Ghana, because your son acquired his British citizenship automatically, if it's through you, then it's otherwise than by descent. But automatically, then his children in Ghana will not become British citizens automatically. Because you can only extend it one generation.
Oh, okay.
And so, but if I or you who acquired your citizenship by an act of parliament, which is through naturalization or registration, if we give birth to a child outside the UK, the child gets British citizenship automatically. So that is a difference.
Right.
Yeah.
So then in this case, if the father or the parent is in the UK and has settled status, do they automatically get that right to register and become British citizens?
If your father or your mother is a settled person, and the definition of a settled person under the 1971 Act and under the Immigration Rules, paragraph 6, is somebody whose residency here is not subject to a time limit. So if your parent has something which says that you're not subject to a time limit, or you're here indefinitely, or you've got permanent residence, and the person gives birth to you, under Section 1.1 of the British Nationality Act, that child is a British citizen.
Right. Okay, so we'll move on to the next update that I picked up, and these are statistics that kind of frighten people because the impact, I don't know whether that was the objective of introducing some of these changes. The impact is quite significant. 80% fall in student dependence, 83% fall in health and care worker visa applications from 14,300 to just 2,400 this year. And there is the insistence on being compliant on some of the things that they have introduced. It's been quite dire and sharp, isn't it?
Well, quite cool. So we did say that the government, obviously, the government's intention is to restrict net migration. Now, net migration means that the people who are UK nationals or resident here who leave the UK and the people who are not UK nationals and non-resident who come to live in the UK. When you do the equation, give or take, the balance is what we call net migration. Every government has struggled to maintain a reasonable net migration level. David Cameron was talking in the thousands. I know that Boris Johnson, Theresa May, they were looking at bringing it to under 100,000. So the import of the policy is to restrict areas where they think that one may have a significant impact on the policy or it's an abuse area. So when you look at the two, these were identified as abuse areas. And it's rather sad that in the skilled migrant route, the only area which restricts dependents coming to join you is the 6135 and 6136, which is a healthcare worker or the senior healthcare worker. Again, the student numbers, the student couldn't bring their dependents, although some of them can still bring. You can see that a fall from October last year is 80%.
Yeah.
That is dependents, not students. But with the healthcare visa, it is everything. So the healthcare workers themselves and their dependents, from the first quarter of last year, it was 14,300. The total for the year was almost 180,000. We've done 3 months, more than 3 months of the year. As at the people that have come in was 2,400. And I can explain why. And that is why over the last several weeks, we focus on this area because we want our community to succeed.
Yeah.
We don't want our community businesses not to thrive. And I'll explain why I believe that if they do things properly, their businesses will thrive. Because we've got an example. I've got a client who has increased his business from 1.8 million pounds a year to over 5 million pounds as we speak. As I speak, we're doing a license for them because they've just acquired a care business. And they're doing the things that every single thing involves us. Everything. Planning, positioning, contract writing, even bidding. For every stage of his process or their process, they involve. And they're extremely successful. I'm very proud of them. And that is what we want other businesses to become. And that is why our focus now. Today, we're going to learn a lot about business. I'm going to share my business knowledge with you because, as some of you may know, my big thing is not law, but it's real estate. And I do a lot of high-end real estate, both in the UK and in the Ghana. And these are the areas that I really want to share with people so that you can position your business better to be successful. Because we want to see successful Ghanaians. I mean, you go to the Asian community, the Pakistanis, the Indians, the Bangladeshis, they run nursing homes, care homes, and they are multimillionaires.
Yeah.
Multimillionaires. You go to the Conservative Party, you have a lot of Asians supporting them, giving them hundreds of thousands in donations. Or you come to our community, and it's all one-man business and one-man business and one-man business. The focus is just to have a business, no planning, no future-proof deterioration. They don't plan, because businesses don't just go up, and businesses are not level. They go up and down, and then you have in the shock absorbers that will absorb you. But as I say, every business that has listened to me, because I don't only share my legal knowledge, I share my experience in business. And I always tell people that I'm a very proud person when it comes to the achievements that I've made both in the UK and in Ghana and business. So that is what we'll be sharing today.
Yeah. Well, so if you are prepared for the wealth of knowledge that we are going to have available to you, just click on the notification button, share the page, like the page, and also leave your questions and comments down below. So when we get to that point, we'll pick them up, and Uncle Ben will be so gracious to look at that for us. So let's really get ready to delve into the whole discussion this afternoon. We're going to look at a guide to register as a sponsor for several businesses. It's not only the care worker route that is available. Look at these 16 items I have on the list: restaurants, travel agencies, air conditioning, hairdressers, graphic and multimedia designers, importers and exporters. That's a broad area. Electrician and electrical fitters, TV, video and audio services and repairers, tailors and dressmakers, butchers, bakers, chefs, cooks, everything that you can think of. Once it's on the list, there is an opportunity for you, one, to start a business properly, two, maintain it very well, and also apply for a certificate of sponsorship so you can employ people and we can all come together as a very big community, produce wealth, share wealth, knowledge and experience and everything, and we can become very successful. We're taking another break, and when we come back, we're going to delve straight into the discussion. Remember, the lines to call later on in the program when they are active is 0208 493 7345, or you can send a text or WhatsApp to 07399 208 468. It's the community and the law.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner, with over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
When you've got 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗬, Minister 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗬, and 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗡, what have you got? It can only be the return of Emmanuel Praise, brought to you by 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡 Ministries. On Sunday, 26th of May, at the Pavilion, 143 to 145 Oxford Road, Reading, RG1 7UY. Doors open at 5. Tickets are £30 standard, £50 VIP, which includes your VIP seat, meet and greet and take pictures with artists, VIP snacks, water and drink, and an under 18 concession rate of £15. Get yours at 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡.com or call +44 744 741 7321. Emmanuel Praise with Minister 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗬, Diana Hamilton and 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡. You will be blessed.
Well, thank you very much for sticking around. I'm just seeing a very nice, interesting comment on the platform. I asked you to come on there and let us know what your comments are and liking the page. I have Daniela Chimensa. If Uncle Ben and his team catches me, but Uncle Ben, I'm working behind the scenes. Yes, Daniela, I know you're working behind the scenes. Thank you for announcing your presence. We have several other people on board. Tilly Mensah, Margaret Dumens kindly shared the video, inviting family and friends. Thank you. We have Santiago Munez. Hello, Uncle Ben and Oreku BWF solicitors for Papa. Yes, that tells you that, yes, you get the best out of everything that we bring here. Good afternoon, all. Please share when you join. Thank you for your continuous support. Sandra Fraser. Sandra, thank you for also continuing to do what you do all the time. Abena Ativo, good evening to Uncle Kweku and Uncle Ben. Good evening to you, Abena. I know you're doing so very well. We have Eunice on there. We have Sandra Fraser, obviously. We have Daniela, Margaret Dumens, Tilly Duma, Nana Jimai, and all the other wonderful clients, guests, patrons, and friends and family who have joined us. Now, we are going to go into the classroom, I want to term it that way, to learn, first of all, what a business is supposed to be for you and myself and for the community. How do you properly set up a business, especially here in the UK? Then, how do you progress, develop it with a lot of business ideas here and there? And then again, to be able to apply for a sponsorship license so you can employ other people from outside of the UK. Uncle Ben, today I'll call you Professor. Thank you very much for agreeing to share your business experience with us and also to take us through the right things to do to make sure that one, we set up properly and sustain it. 101, how do we set up a business?
Okay, so I mean, the emphasis today is on sponsorship license, and sponsorship license is normally given to businesses. So although our foundation is a sponsorship license, it has to be built on a very concrete grounds. The whole ethos of a business is how successful the business is. And for a business to be successful, you have to make you have to take a deliberate action in making sure that the steps you take are to fulfill a certain mission and a goal. Because the goals and the mission are different, the processes of reaching each of them are also different. And every business will have its own diverse way of reaching a goal or an objective. First of all, what we want to discuss is the steps to take, and I will share the 7 steps. These are things that every business will have to, 8 steps, every business will have to be aligned with. So before you start the business, you need to do your research. And this is something that people don't do. They just, typical Ghanaian, you see somebody's got a corner shop, you see they're selling sugar, milk, and sardine. So you see people come in and go. I can also do the same thing. The person is in Latabio Koshe, is in a residential area. You are somewhere in Konyako, near a roadside. Clearly, if the cars are not stopping, how are you going to do a provision shop? So your research will tell you that the difference between the person who's selling it at a residential area and you at a roadside at a place where there's no bus stop or stop sign is going to be a problem. You need to decide on the structure. Are you going to do...
Just before you go, you said we should do our research.
Yeah.
Research into what? What people need to buy in the area, how much we sell things. What do we need to research into? Because, for instance, if I operate on the West Green Road, for instance, there's a lot of grocery shops there. There are a few restaurants here and there. There are barbers there and there. And I want to operate on that street. How do I go about? What do I need to find out? Is that what you're talking about as research?
Okay. So to research, first of all, either the service or the product. So what service or product are you going to develop or sell? 2, where are you going to sell it? And who are your target market?
Okay.
3, who are your competitors? And what edge can you have over them? 4, how are you going to sell it? Is it physical store or online? Is it going to be a takeaway or is it going to be an eating? 5, what structure do you want to have? For example, if I'm setting up a business, I want to know the resource that I'm bringing in. Am I pulling resource for people to come and buy equity in the business, or I'm going for debt, which is loan to run the business? These are the things that you have to do.
To find out.
Yeah, because you have to know the market. If you don't know your market, you go and cite your business anywhere and just call it any name, and then assume that because a Kia is successful, then because I'm also a Ghanaian called Ama, then I'm going to be successful. And that's why I say you need to do your research. The other part is you need to decide on the structure of the business.
Okay.
So are you going to have a partnership or a limited liability company, or are you going to do a typical Ghanaian business, which you're going to do a one-man show? And the structure itself will determine the legal nature of the business. So what we know that a limited liability company, the company is a legal entity. So the individuals who are the directors do not have any liability. The liability is limited. And that's why it's called limited liability company. In Ghana, we have both unlimited and limited liability companies. So our business in Ghana is unlimited because it's a law firm. Then once you've decided on the structure, you need to know the people you're going to recruit. Are you going to have a full-blown business with HR, or you're going to do, or you're going to be everything in one? Are you going to be the manager, the HR, the trainer, and the accountant, and the bookkeeper, and everything? So you need to determine the structure.
Okay.
Then you need to brand your business. This is what our people don't work on. You know, you need to brand. I mean, the amount of resource and effort that goes into brand name and brand itself requires a lot of expertise. So I'm doing maybe cook cream, and the cook cream is towards the UK market. Okay, what name am I going to use? For example, I remember in my former life, there's a business I set up, and it was called Ashanti. The business was, I'm not going to tell everybody what the business was. It was a very successful business. It was into the beauty and the fashion industry. And it was called Ashanti.
Well, it's giving me something about you now.
And it was based in Walthamstow.
Okay.
So, and it was, the name itself was catchy because it gelled with the Jamaicans and the Afro-Caribbeans, Black Americans and the Ghanaians, because the name Ashanti rings a bell. So what sort of brand are you going to look for? The brand also comes with a lot of moral issues. For example, are you going to be associated with certain names and stars and other things, or are you going to be on the moral crusade trajectory where you're going to say, our brand is like this, our image is that, so we're not going to be associated with certain things. And then we will come to this later. Step 4, write your business plan. And we will explain that in detail once we finish this.
Okay.
And then your finances. So if you're a coffee broke man, you're selling coffee broke man by the roadside, you've got £2,000. You want to set up a care work or care agency. You don't know anything about that. Or you even want to do a takeaway business, food takeaway, because some of our Ghanaian shops do takeaway, and they can apply for sponsorship license. And they are the reason why we're doing this program today. So where are you getting your finance from? Is it money from your own resource? Are you taking the money out of the equity in your house? Or are you going to a government startup where you can get a loan between 500 pounds and then 25,000 pounds per director? And if you've got 4 directors, you can get 100,000 because that is the maximum you get under the startup route. The government route is 25,000, 500 to 25. Work out where you're going to work from. So are you going to work from home, doing virtual sale, remote, online, pure delivery business, or are you going to use your home for office, but then you have other places where people are going to work from? For example, if you're a construction business, are you going to have a physical office, or you're going to work from your home. The other thing that you want to do is technology. We're surrounded by technology. When I see people who don't use technology.
Interestingly, yesterday I was just going through my mind and I was like, COVID has really taught us something.
Yeah.
That we have to leverage technology in everything we do, because now the way we work, the location from which we work, everything is changed. Everything is virtual now, and the letter E should be part of everybody's name. So yes, I agree with you that we need to really properly set up our technology.
Yes. So, for example, our other business, the staff in Ghana who who runs the business, including the making sure the cleaners are going in to clean and everything. I asked them, so what calendar do you? And my driver told me he writes it in his exercise book. And this evening before I left home, I was telling Angie that, you need to get an iPad. You need to put either your Airbnb calendar or your booking.com calendar. In our office, for example, we're working towards a paperless office. So the case management software that we use, we save all our case management there, which means that as Eunice is home on maternity leave, she can log on and work. It's the same way that if you have a garage business or hairdressing business, your clients can go online and book instead of they calling you when you're busy and you don't pick up, because if you don't pick the phones, and so they can go online and book. That is setting up technology. And how to market your business. I mean, these days social media is replete with nonsense, and I say nonsense because it says that everybody sticks camera in their face, in their home, in their private life, show it on social media, and then they're counting the number of views. And I find it really sad that some issues that previously would be private issues that do not come into public, now everything is in public because of social media. But please use your social media to do your marketing. Make sure that you've got professional people who are advising you about branding, about packaging, and also you as a representative of your business. What do people identify with? Do they see integrity? Do they see a compassionate person? Do they see a person who understands their needs, a sympathetic and empathetic person? Do they see that this is a person who is a Christian or a Muslim or an atheist? Because these days, these things are important for people. What is your belief network? Do you believe in green? Are you a person that believes in smart energy? These are some of the things that you can use to market your business. And these 8 steps are very, very critical. Before you even take the step or call Uncle Ben and say, Uncle Ben, I've got a hairdressing salon. Can you get me a license? These are the things that even if you've set up a business, these are the basic things that I want you to go through. Now, quite good.
Yes.
If we go forward, we say what is a business plan, and I will show it. We're going to use a website which I use. Now, everything that I've used that has worked for me, that is what I show people. So we're going to use a federation of small business, which covers the UK. It covers all the small businesses and the small and medium businesses. So first of all, I did mention a business plan. The blog was written in November 2022, but it's as relevant today as it was yesterday, or in 2022, or in 1992 when I started practicing. So when you go through, it will tell you what a business plan is. So we pause here, and you can see that the opening paragraph is critical to the success of the business. It says a business plan is one of the most integral steps in your journey to running a successful business. So it says small successful, but I'm saying a successful business because all the major big businesses have business plans, contingency plans, continuity plans, succession plan, and transitioning plan. Every plan has to be put together by experts and it's backed up by figures and numbers. So then we go further. What is a business plan and why do I need one? A business plan is an essential written document. So first of all, it is essential and it is written and it provides a description and overview of your company's future. All businesses, it didn't say some, It says all businesses should have a business plan. The plan should explain your business strategy and your goals to get from where you are now to where you want to go. And that's why I talked about the mission, the vision, and the objective. All three things are three different items. One is a battle, which you have to win on a daily basis. The other one is an end result, which is after you've won the battles, that is where you go to. But then when we go through this, as I go down, so the aim of the business plan is the most basic thing that you need. It has to look at the now, the next year, 2 years, the next 3 years, and then your financial projection. The reason why I brought in this is how the sponsorship skilled migrant program is gone from Obia Mbedibi to 1 hour serious from where we were, where it was confetti. I mean, I can share with you the number of calls I get from people who say, do you know somebody who's got COS? Do you know somebody who's... Because it's not there. There's no defined cause to bring people from outside. And there's no defined cause to bring people from outside because our people are not doing the right thing. We spent time on this on Thursday, but there's something critical that I want people to look at. Ada, let's go down. Let's go. Okay, so now when you look here, you know your business best. Now, I am a lawyer. Yes, I'm a businessman, but my focal point and interaction with most of you will be in law. And so my knowledge in law and in around some of these things is home from my experience of also going through the same process, because I have. In fact, I'm also a member of the Federation of Small Businesses. Okay. So I've gone through this. Your business plan will show that you have a clear understanding of your business and the market it will operate in. It should set out how you expect it to perform in the coming years and how you will overcome any potential obstacle. So, for example, a client will say, I want to set up a care business. And I want you to get me a sponsorship. I will get it for you. That's given. You will get it. That is not my problem.
But how to sustain it?
How to sustain it. So the first question I'll ask you, at the moment, you've only got one person working for you, and that's you. Your turnover is 18,000. Out of that, I can see that you didn't pay any tax, which means that your net is below the threshold. You want to employ 10 people. How are you going to pay them? I mean, this is at a very, very basic level. You know, any of my boys will be able to tell you how this ought to be done.
That's a common sense question.
That's correct.
Because if I have a turnover of 18,000, the COS threshold says that I should pay somebody
38,700.
38,700.
That's correct.
And you can't make even 40,000.
No.
So to pay somebody, pay yourself, pay your overheads, and get the business going.
Yes.
Obviously, you're filled.
That's correct. And this is the test the UKBA is using to test your request for defined costs. Now, we will show that. We showed that on Thursday. We will show that again. The UKVI is asking themselves that Kojo Atta is asking me for 5 defined costs. Kojo Atta, I've looked at their hierarchy. He says there are 10 vacancies. At the moment, he's only employed 2 people. We have their last year's account. It's showing an income of 35,000. They want to employ 5 more people. How are they going to pay that? Because at the moment, the minimum income from A, B, C, D, E is either 38,700 for A, or if you go to K, which is healthcare, is 23,205 if it's 37.5 hours or 37.50 hours a week. So how are you going to pay this? And all the industries that I've listed the 17 industries. The minimum salary is 38,000. 700. So in as much as it says hairdressers, tailors, dressmakers, barbers, and all those, you should be able to make that money to pay someone. But you're not making the money now. The people who are coming are the people who are going to help your business to move from
that basic step to that level where you would be qualified to employ somebody else to help you achieve what you want to achieve in 2-3 years as per your business plan.
Cool. That's why I love you. So that is the critical nature of a business. How many businesses do we review that have business plan? About 10%. Before it wasn't a problem. Now it's a problem. The reason why it's a problem now is because the Home Office have woken up to the Wagga drill that people were using. They are now alive to people who can hardly put 2 sentences together, have succeeded in getting a license, and they want to bring people from outside. So the British government is now saying, we're not going to worry businesses. There are businesses here, big accountancy firms, big law firms, big nursing homes, big agencies who can bring people because they're turning over hundreds of thousands of pounds or millions of pounds. So we're not going to worry them. But you, Kojoata, you've just come into the business. You're not a serious person. You don't have a business plan. You don't have a website. You don't have a social media platform. How do you advertise your job? Where is the last advertisement? You want to bring somebody from Ghana. But there are people here. Why don't you employ the people here? Why do you have to bring somebody from Ghana? And everything, when you look at your business plan, is also made up of the cash flow forecast, your budget, and possibly your P&L account. These are very basic things that if you want to succeed as a business, these are some of the things that you have to go through to run a successful business, to get a sponsorship license, to maintain it, and build an empire like my good friend is doing with his wife.
Well, if you just joined us, you tuned into the community and the law. And today, as I said, we are in the classroom, we are at the lecture hall, and the professor is giving us the guidance. The 8 steps we're going through, you need to do your business plan and do your forecasting and do everything well. So obviously, you start with doing your research, decide on your structure, brand your business, write your business plan, figure out your finances, where you'll be working from, set up your technology, and market your business. I'm going to market BWF solicitors because I have a message. When we come back, we'll continue with the discussion. It's a community and the law.
And well.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
When you've got 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗬, Minister 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗧𝗬, and what have you got? It can only be the return of Emmanuel Praise, brought to you by 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗬 Ministries. On Sunday, 26th of May at the Pavilion, 143 to 145 Oxford Road, Reading, RG1 7UY. Doors open at 5. Tickets are £30 standard, £50 VIP, which includes your VIP seat, meet and greet and take pictures with artists, VIP snacks, water and drink, and an under 18 concession rate of £15. Get yours at @alexchampong.com or call +44 744 741 7321. Emmanuel Praise with Minister OJ, 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗬, Diana Hamilton and 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗧𝗠. You will be blessed.
Thank you for sticking around as the community and the law, and we're live on BWTV, and it's brought to you by BWF Solicitors. We're looking at the opportunity to register for sponsorship license, a guide to registering as a sponsor for selected businesses. When we did our updates and nuggets, we brought you a list of 16. And I would say the 17th one is what we all know about, is the care worker route. So let's look at what we can operate as restaurants, we can operate as travel agents, car fitters and garage owners, vehicle technicians and electricians, air conditioning fitters, repairers, hairdressing and beauty salon people, graphics and multimedia designers, early education, importers and exporters, electrician and electrical fitters, TV, video and audio services and repairers, tailors and dressmakers, butchers, bakers, chefs and cooks, and obviously the care worker routes, as you all know. Now, Uncle Ben is taking us through the basic things that we need to do, and he's looked at 8 steps that we need to really go through. And if you don't remember anything at all, remember that you must brand your business. You must have a business plan, which he's taking us through how to do that, and seek for support as well. Remember where you'll be operating from. Find the source of money for which we will be operating, and all the other details. If you need any further discussion or any further detail on that, BWF Solicitors will be happy to help you. 0208 493 7340 or 077 127 61884. Now, we're coming back to the discussion and want to look at how to properly apply for a sponsorship license. Uncle Ben says, yes, you can come, we'll apply for you and all that. But it is not something I would advise that you do it on your own, because there are technicalities involved, and he and the firm, I mean BWF Services, have really specialized in doing that and making sure you do it well. And again, I would say that if you need expert advice, leave everything with BWF Services and do that for you. And how do we do it?
Okay, so first of all, as you know, the skilled migrant route started not too long ago. It's always been there, but the skilled migrant route was changed, and they carved out some of the work of the Home Office from the Home Office to the employers and the business owners. So you can see that the two procedures and the processes involved is, one, getting a certificate of sponsorship, and 2, applying for limited leave to remain or limited leave to enter.
Okay.
Both were the functions of the UKBA, and then it diversified itself of one of the functions, which is that you can now issue your own certificates.
Okay.
Now, to enable you issue a certificate, you need to present yourself to be assessed to become a credible A-rated. Now, the A-rated is meaningful to businesses in the recruitment and retention.
Okay.
So how do you do this? First of all, we want to share this document with you. And this document is a home office document. And maybe somebody will want to know the name of the document. And if you go down slightly, we will know the name of it. It's called Sponsor and Skilled Migrant Worker Guidance. It's the version April 2024. And we're looking at SK, which is SK stands for skilled worker. We're looking at how to get a skilled worker sponsor license.
Okay.
That is the intent of today's program. But we wanted to build a foundation for you, so that you don't go and do the thing that it's for me, it's sad. You see, if the whole intention is that you want to use it as a ploy to deceive people, then it's sad. We obviously are not here for those people. We're here for the businesses, because what my client has told me is that, Uncle Ben, this procedure and opportunity to have a staff work with me for at least 5 years consistently, with me inputting training, knowledge, and everything, has been very good to me. And over the last 2 years, I told you the income trajectory. And as I speak to you today, we're working to get a license for a very big business that they bought, a huge business that he's bought. We're working to get him the license, and he will get it. So to get a license, this is what you do.
Right.
And it's there. The reason why we put this there is that sometimes when we speak, there's not many people who retain it. But when you visualize and hear, the retention is better. So first of all, to get a license, you will need to apply. The application is made online, but there are certain steps that you have to go through. The steps you have to go through will follow, and we will scroll down a bit, and then you will see the steps there. The specific requirement for the work visa is 1. You have to make sure that the occupation for which you're seeking the sponsorship for meets the skill level. And the skill level is the RQF level 3, which is NVQ level 3. Sometimes it's equivalent to 6th form level. That is a level. Now, when we say skill, we don't mean English. So the fact that I say skill doesn't mean that the painter who comes to paint my house, the tiler who comes to my house,
should compulsorily speak English
or go to school. But we know that if they don't speak English, they cannot also work.
Obviously, you're coming to integrating a community that English is a basic language.
And you get points for getting it. Without that, you will not get your 10 points. So it's very important. Now, the skill level and then the salary requirement. So as a business, you have to be mindful that what I'm going into, can I pay the salary requirement? Can I pay? And can you pay will show on your business plan, your account, because even if you haven't traded for a long time, you can still go for the license, but you need to show that your business forecast or the things that you've put in place, we will show you how to apply for the loan or grant, and we will show you at the tail end of this program. I'm not saying go and take the money and go and buy a BMW and Mercedes Benz. I'm saying go and take it and invest in your business. I'm sure people are waiting, I'm interested in the loan. Okay, maybe we might not even mention. But on a serious note, the other thing, as you can see, the word genuine. And I will ask you to highlight genuine. We'll come back to this. Highlight genuine. It's there under S, yes. And click on it. It's a hyperlink. So let's go. Yes. Now, the role that you're offering is not a Sakawa role. It's a role that does exist. It's a required. is not a sham, has not been created mainly so that the worker can apply for entry clearance or permission to stay. And if you assign a COS or a defined COS for a role which is not genuine, they will refuse the worker's application and they may take action against you. So it's not only refusing the application, but they will take action against you. Let's go to SK 2.4. When we go back, you will see that the process that we were on, which is the SK2, takes us to the general requirements. So for example, it says that if you already hold a skilled worker sponsor license and is due to expire before the 6th of April 2024, you should apply now to renew. Please ignore this, because every person who is got a sponsorship license has been given a mandatory 10-year extension. So they all have 10 years, which they don't have to renew. That is why I wanted us to come back. But let's go the specific requirement. So we've looked at the genuine, the hiring of worker to a third party. Now, there's something that I am challenging the Home Office on, because they don't understand the care industry. The care industry, they sell service and they bid for contract from the NHS, from the local authority, and also from private people. Now, every person that you're going to take care of, they have an input into the person who is coming to look after them. The input, Adai, let's click on hiring of worker to third party. Click on that. I will show something. So when we go down, and go down a bit, go down. Okay. The worker must genuinely intend and be able to do the role for which they are being sponsored, and not intend to take employment other than in the role for which they are being sponsored or otherwise permitted by the condition of their stay. So when somebody goes to look after Mrs. Brown and 25 Dagenham Road, RM 13, Mrs. Brown is a client. You've bought the contract, or you got a contract from the council or from the NHS. But within the contract, it is stated in there that Mrs. Brown can tell your staff what to do.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, if you go into somebody's home and the person wants to eat jollof rice, and you insist that, no, you can't. I'm going to cook fufu for you today. Yeah. And the person wants maybe potato mash with gravy. And then you go there and say, well, me today, no, I won't cook gravy for you. And the person say, you know what? I don't want to have my bath today. Just wash, wipe me clean. And then you go and say, no, today I have to shower you.
It doesn't work that way.
The act of the client making an input into the day-to-day work schedule of your client, the Home Office says that it means you are not in full control and responsibility of your staff. And therefore, because you're not in full control and responsibility of your staff, you're supplying service, your labor, which is your staff, to the council. And therefore, it breaches one of the 5 duties. And I'm fighting them on this. And, the care industry, you will see now that they're asking a lot of questions. This thing will come. Because if you're applying for defined certificate of sponsorship, in your contract, you need to highlight the responsibilities that you will be performing. And you, the owner, you've employed people. But within this own guidance, they have stated that if you have a contract of service to provide a service for a specific period, and the local authority and the NHS contract are contracts for service for specific period. So it meets that requirement. But in the next breath, they come back and say, no, you're supplying labor and you're rather a nursing agency rather than a care work recruiter who is providing only service but not selling personnel. These are some of the nuances that I tell you that now this thing is complex. And I will leave the next question for you to ask, so that it doesn't become monotonous that I'm making speeches.
Thank you for that. The point is, so if I'm a bit baffled. Still on that technical thing that you're fighting the Home Office. So if I supply labor, I give the of my service within the contract, and they come to tell me that I'm not doing exactly that, so I don't meet certain requirements. Does it mean that then the whole COS that was given becomes invalid? And if that is so, where does the person stand?
Well, so yes, if you are caught to be supplying to a third party,
Mhm.
it is an automatic breach. You will
Okay.
lose your sponsorship license.
Yeah.
And when I tell you that I'm fighting, it's a fight that I know we will win.
Yeah.
But I'm warning people because I don't want you to go through what this other person is going through,
Mhm.
who's come to me at a very late stage. But my work is to work on difficult cases. It's not to do easy cases. So I'm happy to work for the person.
Yeah.
Kweku, so first of all, you tell the UKVI
Mhm.
that you want COS 5 of them, you want DCOS 10 of them, and you want to employ. They've
Mhm.
asked for a contract. You've shown the contract.
Yeah.
Now, the contract will specify in some of the contracts
Mhm.
that in the things that your worker will be doing there, the final determination is the client.
But it's not stated in there.
It's stated in the contract with the council or with the NHS.
Uh-huh.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
That is how the care industry works. One of my clients will say, Mr. Owusu, they don't understand. No, these people, they don't understand. Let's go and explain to them. I said, don't worry, I know how to explain to them. We will do it through their lawyers because it's far better to get the lawyers because the caseworkers
May
are
not
a bit
necessarily.
robotic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because recently there's an interview, a compliance interview that we did. As soon as we finished, they sent an email to my client that you didn't know this, you didn't know this, you said this, you didn't know. Sign, and then I said, hey, please don't sign. So immediately I dictated something on WhatsApp. I sent it to her. She sent it to them. Within 5 minutes, they wrote to her, we've given you the license. I said, these people, this is the fight they like.
They like, yeah.
Because whether we like it or not, immigration is a political issue.
Okay.
It is not only an economic issue, it's a political issue. And if every government and every party is trying to prove that they are tough on immigration, like Labour Party, they've just accepted somebody into their fold who is a through and through, possibly a racist, but they feel that using her to go to Brighton or no, Dover and make a statement from there that they will be tough on immigration will bring them votes. It could, I don't know.
Backfire too.
But it's always the case that both in the UK, in Europe, in America, Canada not particularly, but in the US, the immigration is an issue. And therefore, when they recruit people, they're looking for what to refuse you on. They're looking at the bad side, not the good side. And we've always used a balance because the judges will tell you that when you come to the balancing exercise, it is like a scale. If the good ones are better than the bad ones, you don't hold it against them. But they will come to you. They'll write to you with 5 or 15 allegations. You will make them withdraw all except one. And that one will be you're supplying labor to a third party and you are a threat to immigration. And therefore, somebody who is a threat to immigration will revoke your license. And these are the things that we're fighting.
And it's going to affect several families.
That's correct. That's correct.
The next step is, yes, we have looked at the criteria. We qualify. Then what do we do to, one, put in the application, make sure it's successful, and how do we sustain it, Uncle Bert?
Okay, so how we sustain it, it's on the document. Now, if we go back to SK, I think it's 3, it tells you how to keep your, let's go down, let's go. If you scroll down, we will get there. Just scroll. It will say how to keep it. Go. Okay. No, go down. We're not there yet. I'll help you. So if you go to the hyperlink, yes, how to keep it.
How to keep your license. Escape
Yes.
to the last point.
Yes. You've got it. Okay. How to keep your license. Yes. If you are granted a license, you must comply with what?
All of your sponsor duties.
And Kweku, we know the sponsor duty. How many are there? I always show it with my
the five
ones. Fingers. Yeah. And so how you ask me, how do you keep it? That is the answer. How you keep it is SK 2.11, which says that you should comply with all your duties. And if you don't, what would they do?
They'll downgrade your license rating, suspend your license, revoke your license, and report to the police and other relevant authorities.
The last one, when we did this 3 months ago, report you to the police, it wasn't there.
It wasn't there, yeah.
Now, listen, I don't want to frighten anyone, but this is how serious it's become now. And I can tell you that about a month ago on my way to work, I got a telephone call from a gentleman who was frantic. His wife had been arrested in their house because they've identified him of paying money to a certain business, and that business was under investigation. His child's toys, which was a device like an iPhone, was taken away. His room was ransacked. His wife was arrested from their home. They've identified that he had a relative in that area. They drove the wife in an immigration and police car to the house while she was in handcuffs, went into the house, raided the house, and searched every item in the house. They then left a note for him to get in touch. I called him. He explained to me and report you to police and other relevant authorities. Even when you apply for defined course and they realize that you don't have a genuine position, vacancies, and your business is a bogus business, they've told us in there that they would take compliance action against you. The compliance are the three. One, two, three.
Downgrading, suspending, and revoking eventually.
And then
they have added a fourth one.
And they will arrest you and you will be prosecuted, as a business that I know in Oxford is being prosecuted for modern slavery and all sorts of immigration offenses. Please, this is a serious business and we want serious people. We don't want people who see it as an avenue to make money. Yes, you will make money, as my client is making. I mean, you know, we'll bring them here one day. I mean, I'm sure if I speak to you, you'll be happy to come and share his success story. But he's serious from 1.something million to over £5 million in a matter of 2 years. Now, that is a very successful story.
That's right.
He doesn't have an issue. All we say is that this is not your area. Seek professional advice. Make sure that you've got systems in place. You've got HR systems in place. It's small money. Make sure that you understand your business. Make sure that you are not being remote controlled by an agent who is only interested in the commission that he's going to make on the money, and they tell you one and you do. For example, if you issue COS to someone whose English is subsequently found to have failed the threshold under the immigration route, you've breached one of your duties. They will revoke your license. And these are the very serious things that I'm telling people about.
Well, so would I be right not risking saying that, well, I'm asking everybody to go to BWF solicitors? Well, I can say that without any fear of reprisal, that you go to BWF solicitors. But would you recommend, ideally, Uncle Ben, that people do not necessarily become complacent and say, I can do this on my own, but rather seek professional advice and support?
Yes, I think, I mean, I can share this with you. any person who doesn't take advice from us on this journey, I'm sorry to say they've encountered issues. And the reason why they didn't take advice, and I'm picturing a conversation I had with someone where she was intent that this business issue a COS to someone because the person has got a diploma in something. And her argument with me, and I've still got the text messages here. Her argument with me is that if they accept O-level, why do you say that they don't accept diploma? I said, my dear, you know what? I'm working for my client. I've been asked to speak to you to explain. I've sent you a link. Please, make my work easy. Go and read it. She read it. She understood. The people who started causing problems for that business were people that she had introduced. And as I always say, is the businesses sometimes are confused. They don't understand. They get plethora of advice from so-called advisors. And because of, you know, I think sometimes it boils down to money as well. So BWF, as you know, we have our standards, and everybody who's worked with me will have the same standards. They will speak to you at a level, and the expense and the cost and the charges are similar. Other people will tell you that we can do this cheaply. I've had a conversation from last night at 10:30. Before I left home, we're having this conversation. A woman's son's application was made by a lawyer. She's paid $3,500. They refused the application. He said, I'm doing an appeal. He's charged for £80. It means that he's doing a non-hearing appeal. She said, lawyer, what block me in phone swinging? Missing the lawyer and he didn't say. I said, lawyer, on your lawyer. And I'm saying, on your lawyer, to cut a long story short, we obviously are not the only lawyers. And I'm very careful when I'm talking because there are people that have trained in the business that are equally as competent. But I always say to people, when it comes to the choice of lawyers, always make sure that you choose the people that you believe in, you trust in, who have integrity, and just don't promise you anything. This business, it sometimes can be cutthroat, but it is the quality that we look at. And when somebody says that, oh, it's expensive, the cost, I say, don't look at the cost, look at the value, because the value is the cost plus the benefit. You get a value. If you look at the cost, then you're not being sincere to yourself. Because what is the value of this service to you? The value is that you will not have to call me and cry that somebody's taking your $3,500 and they've blocked you and you can't call them. That is why we spend 3 days in the week on Thursday, Friday, Saturday to speak Twi, speak Ga, speak English, and very soon we may speak another language because we have the women, I would say.
Well, obviously, it's all about quality and the reliability of a service. It's a community on the law, and it's brought to you by BWF Solicitors. Our resource person and guest today on the program is the senior partner of BWF Solicitors, Mr. Bernardo Owusu, Uncle Ben will call him. And he's taking us through how to properly set up your business and also appropriately apply for a sponsorship license to be able to employ people to come and work with you here in the UK. So if you're ready, we're going to activate the phone lines. We will be looking at the questions and concerns you have. You can leave them in the comment section below on Facebook and YouTube, or you can call us on 0208 493 7345. We'll be right back.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Thank you for sticking and staying. We are back, and I want to say thank you to BWF Solicitors for helping us do this. Sorry about that. Yes, so now we can take your questions and your concerns, but Uncle Ben promised us something earlier on that he was going to show us how to source for finance and also get things done right. So Uncle Ben, let's look at, we have come to you, you've helped us put in the application, but the business finance aspect as well. Is there any way you could give us insight into how to find support from the very beginning? I remember you mentioned that you could have business startup loans from £500 to £25,000 per director and all that. Please give us those insights.
Yeah, so usually when people want to start businesses, they obviously need support. And the reason why some businesses don't take off at all is that they don't have the financial metal to start the business. So there's one which is very specific to the government, and that is called the startup loan. As you can see, it's a government website, and it's www.UK government startup loan, and that's there. So that is you can see this is government. So you will get a free support and guidance to help you write your business plan.
Okay.
And successful applicants get up to 12 months of free mentoring. Where do you get this? It's free. You know, if it's kelewele you want to sell, and listen, if I was that fan of, I was a fan of, selling food, I can sell kelewele and make a lot of money.
A lot of money, yeah.
Because I will brand it and make sure that I supply around everywhere and have my shops and people's homes and kitchens and take franchises. So if you want to do a hairdressing business, you want to do a garage, a barbering shop, tailoring, dressmaking, photography, audio visual, social media, baker, cook, takeaway restaurant, a restaurant, and you'll say, Uncle Ben, I cook, I know how to cook, I've also got business ideas, but Uncle Ben, I'm on benefits, I don't have money, I don't know how to start a business. Well, this is there. It's there for you. It says apply for a startup loan for your business. And I will be hoping that when you see this, you don't only keep it for yourself. And please, don't go and buy a BMW or Mercedes-Benz. Because we know that in Ghana, when people go for bank loans, the first thing they want to do is to either go and marry more women or go and buy cars, or buy things that really don't help the business. But we're going to go to another website.
Before you go on, if you could go back,
Okay.
producer, there is a caveat there. Unlike a business loan, this is an unsecured personal loan.
Yeah.
You need to pass a credit check.
Yeah.
Now, I have registered a limited liability company, and I'm going for a business startup loan. Now, they need to do a credit check on me, and if my credit is not good, I'm not going to get it. So it means I'm stuck from the very beginning. Is that not so?
Well, that's true, Kweku. As with everything, there is a risk involved, and the government hasn't got tons of money sitting there on taxes to give it out as confer. So if somebody wants to go, they will do a credit check on you, and if you don't have a good credit history, very unlikely you'll be successful. But I can tell you that with a government startup loan, it's not as stringent and as tough as the banks. We're going to look at the banks now. The government one is slightly fairer, but it also limits you to 25,000 per director. The website we are on now compares various loans for startup business loan. And if we scroll, so there's Tide, there's Nationwide, there's Funding Exchange, there's Barclays Bank. Let's go. And then it goes on there. There's and then go. And then it tells you, how does a government startup business loan scheme work? What can I do? And this obviously will tell you. But the reason why I like this website is that when you go up, it gives you a mentoring facility. So it tells you to join the Federation of Small Businesses, FSB. But within that, when you compare, it says write a business plan to show your lender. Kweku, what did we talk about today when we started?
You plan your business, you structure, write your business plan, look for the funds, look at technology, where you're operating from, and
branding and
marketing.
Yes. But look, the number one, what does it say?
Write a business plan to show your lender.
Yes.
After that, you should be in a position to apply for funding, as well as having a better idea of what you need to borrow and what you can afford to repay.
Because it is not you just waking up one day to say, I want £25,000. Your business plan should be able to show the steps why you need the £25,000. It may be you only need 2,000. You want to do a website. I can get somebody for you who will do a beautiful website for £400. I can get the same person to do a very basic website for £200 for you. You want somebody to do your social media, brand your Instagram and everything. I can refer you to a person who can do Facebook for you, TikTok, Instagram, and which one is the other one?
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Gen Z, help us.
The modern generation, Snapchats and all those things. Right.
You know, so a modern business, you should be able to leverage
technology. They are called the influencers these days.
Yes. So, as I always say, please, we want the community to succeed. Why do you think every corner of this town has a kebab shop? Why do you think the Turkish are opening a lot of Turkish restaurants? Why do you think the Indian restaurants are succeeding? You please tell me. And I want, apart from Stock, which is an African restaurant in Mayfair, and I must say they do beautiful jollof. Apart from Stock, please tell me one Ghanaian restaurant which is cited
in Central London.
Well, it doesn't have to be Central London, but it's so overwhelmed with business that is huge. And this is why we keep saying that networking is important, associating yourself with people who have knowledge and understanding and are successful in their business instead of doing gossiping and chit-chat and unnecessary stuff. Please invest your time in networks and people and businesses. The Federation of Small Business, FSB, and if we've got time, we'll go on their website. That will nurture your business. They will provide you with business advice and support, and everything you need to succeed, they will give it to you. So please, Let's spend little time on the gossips and unnecessary things. And if you want to be successful, then there's way of being successful.
Well, Akavena said it, and sometimes you get people, well, I have a beef with this person, and they waste all their time on social media. Waste your time, or spend your time, I should say, on things that will benefit you. And remember, in this country, there are tons of opportunities that will help you do what you have to do. The lines are active now. If you would want to speak to Uncle Ben, 0208-493-7345, or you send a text to 0739920848. There are a few of the comments on the comment section which we'll pick up and put out for Uncle Ben to help us with. I'm currently on parenthood. I switched from 10 years to 5 years. Please, so which form should I use?
Well, the parent route is always Appendix FB. Appendix FP. The brain is frozen.
So we're doing a lot of business today.
I know. So either 10 years or 5 years, it's always Appendix FP. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, let's pick another one quickly. Remember, the lines are active again. So someone has cause assigned to them before the 4th of April. The salary is 26,200. Will this still be accepted when he submits his visa application next week, or will anything more be needed?
If the business is still holding on to this COS, then I'm worried about the business, because it seems they don't understand what they're doing. No business should have issued a course which is still standing after 11th of April if it's not being used. When you go to Appendix SW, the caveat there where you are allowed to pay at the old going rate S if the application was made before the 11th. However, I note that the salary level, if it's for care, both code 6136 and 6135, the salary is 23,205 for 37.5 hours a week, 52 weeks in a year. So this is still higher than that. Yes, they can use it if it's for care. If it's for care, they can use it. If it's not for care, then no.
Okay. Well, Kwame Atajima, you watching us from Harrow, thank you very much. We can pick a few more of your texts and comments. Good afternoon. Please, is it allowed for 16 years and 30 years to travel from Ghana to UK alone? Beatrice is asking, Uncle.
Well, so when somebody says that, is it allowed for a 16 and a 13-year-old to travel? The question I ask is, I want to see the vignette. Gafili Gadoshi. Because the vignette, if it says accompanied by, you see, the problem I have with some of us is that they would not ask you the specific question. It's very likely there's an issue there. Either they're stuck. I think last 2 weeks we had a similar problem where somebody went to collect his children and the immigration in Ghana told him you can't go because it's not your name on the vignette. So why are you asking this question, and what exactly is the problem, so that we can solve it for you?
So in this case, if the caveat is accompanied by, then it means that there must be a sponsor who is in the picture.
Yes.
Or a designated person by the sponsor to be doing that.
So when you apply for every visa for a child, they ask you who is traveling with the child.
Okay.
If they would travel alone, just say they would travel alone. It's allowed for them to travel alone. Okay. But if you say that they will travel with someone, then you need to meet that name, because they will put that detail in the visa.
Okay. Then I've got somebody on the line. Please hold on for me. Now let me ask this: if at the time that they have to travel, for instance, the person's passport has expired and it's put in an application for a passport, it hasn't come back yet, and they are able to travel within that period, can the person say, write an authority note or a letter to the airline to say that I have mandated Kwesi Mensah to travel with these people because of these circumstances that I am in? Would that be allowed?
The airline doesn't have the right to override the determination of the British High Commission or the Ghanaian government. If they've issued a visa with a restriction on it. So the airline complies with the requirements of the immigration. Else, when they get here, the airline will take them back and they will be forced to pay for the fare. When you encounter those problems, you have to go back to the issuing officer and explain why this person cannot accompany them, so that they open the visa or they change whoever is accompanying them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Brother. Good afternoon.
Nama yete.
Papa.
You are fired.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Okay. Go ahead with your question. I hope today you will stick to one because I don't have time.
Actually, I wanted to come on live, but I'm still in my funeral club, so I said no. Let me just speak on phone.
No worries. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. So 2 questions. The first one,
Now I said one.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me ask the one concerning.
Okay. I've run out of time. Please bear with me.
Okay. Let me be quick. Mentioning salon with the store worker route that you just discussed today. If I've got a salon, actually, I know when we say salon, it could be anything to do with hair or hairstyle. So if I have such a shop and the turnover is really good, like it gets really busy, that I actually want to get more hands to help, can I also embark on this thing by applying for a sponsor license to enable me, employ people to come and join me here in the UK?
Yes. Now, so all the businesses and our technical people will put the businesses there. All the businesses on there, including those that we haven't mentioned, were put there specifically. And if we can put the businesses there, all businesses, the 17 businesses, they all can apply for sponsorship license. So restaurant and catering, and this includes takeaway restaurants, travel agency, car fitters and garage owners, vehicle technicians, and everyone there, every single business can apply for sponsorship. But now, as you know, we've spent a lot of time on making sure we weed out the bogus people. The person should be determined to make their business successful. Okay? Okay.
So it doesn't really matter how long I've opened the business. If, for instance, my business is just about 3, 4, 5 months old, I can still embark on this.
I want to know how.
Business plan.
Yeah, I will want to know if I'm doing it. If you're doing it, you can do whatever you want. But if I'm doing it, I want you to tell me how you're moving from starting a business at 3 months when your turnover is maybe about 5, 6, 7,000, 10,000. You're going to employ somebody and pay them 38,700. Where's the money coming from?
Okay, I get it.
Well, you should be able to tell if you're listening to us. It will come from your business plan.
That's right. Yeah.
It may be that you've got savings there. You're putting in equity. So, and this is how you write a business plan. If I have my savings, let's say 50,000, I said this 50,000 is dedicated to one staff. So the 38,700 will come from this 50,000. And this is my bank statement, which shows the money is there. That's it.
That's it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll come and see you. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Now, thank you very much. 0208493735. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you raise your voice a little bit more for us, please? Okay.
Jones.
Oh, okay.
Muma yintie eye Uncle Ben. Kwe enyema bi wo ho a Ghana said no sika no Ghana for ye be pray ho onye be bi mo. Epa see ye bi ya insecure advice. But nyema bi a Uncle Ben e ka no matena din na ma hwe hu se eye nyema correct nyema nko an wo kama ye o ma wo nye bibi abra we den wo be ye de wo benya nsinsanso bi a wo because one person ade no. Obeka chiro Ghana for ni bi o ha ye ya dia no bi ka chiro chiro odwin se bi a eye o wo ye tu no ni sa ni ma no enye sa na anka bench ye ni wo ayi mu matna ke ayi ho a for 2 years ni na me actually business plan ye na ma chi bra kwa ku anka bench program bi ani chi bi I take me 2 years and I'm the actual businessman every. Now, you're gonna for yem pet and you yem penny maybe be a petty better. You better say you got to tea, a head and foot. Meaning say, I brought on so the meaning. Now, come here, a father being a Jamaica, say, yeah, I need an into animal because my two animal. A banner, I woke up a council, no one wants to say, be what the mouth be up at all. Who be a Juma Pia, the Pia Pesoya Pia, council for no business advisors who are. When I was this office of Copet, Umbema advice out there, or Beboa, one over Tenancy 1-to-1, weapon of the Pia Betro. Oma Korean Superstar wow. In the way of assessing business loan, and it's an enemy in the Uncle Beckham. Medu Machia for 2 years near. And a Yamia Kaka Kamiguso, Uncle advice, and in Yamamigusu Kaka Kama Baby do a bit less than there. Yamia business finance, name business plan, they come more money and no machine. Ashe, I will say, so Mobuane. Nina from advice and TV Uncle Ben, any Braco, any program or Moyano. Obuha on Casadebre, yeah. You will be more so who said the Uncle Beck and was over watching an issue.
Okay. Matthias, thank you for your time. Nyamin Shaupi, thank you. Uncle Ben, you this is one of your mentees.
Yes.
I basically what he said was that we should listen to advice, and he's been following our program for the past 2 years. He's put together his business plan. I think just this afternoon he mentioned that he's been accepted to be given 25,000 to start up the business, and the advice you've given him is followed and all that. So thank you very much. Just let me mention your name. Anyway, let's take another one, probably the last one because we're running out of time. Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So let me find out more consulting for the global talent visa. American BWF.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Okay. I think me want my number to meet me. What I want to, meet me. My friend with them.
No problem. You are most welcome. BWF Solicitors is open Monday to Friday from 9:30 in the morning to 6 p.m. So you don't have an issue. And whenever you call or you come in, remember to go for your bar of chocolate, yeah?
All right, okay.
Thank you. 0208493735. I think Uncle Ben, maybe we'll ask for another hour. Well, Adibofo says, I want to know if you could be of great help to somebody wanting to set up HGV driving company for delivery and the necessary steps to follow. Maybe that will help us to just round up and we go to our quiz.
Well, so first of all, what I want this person to do is to research the industry better, is to find out what the qualifications are, what the inspectorate will request for, is to see whether there are any quality marks that they have to achieve and get, and then see where the competition, their potential competitors. Draw up a business plan, go into the industry, pitch your strength, and work on your weaknesses. And above all, what I say to people in every business is that you need to have a lot of money to cover the initial 3 to 6 months, because maybe you might not get money.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I may not be able to take any more of your calls because we run out of time. I'm very lucky to have Uncle Ben for 2 hours on a Saturday afternoon. So let's respect the time. So we're going to look at our quiz, but before then, let's pick up the nuggets quickly again. Then we'll look at our quiz. The nugget. Okay, yeah. British Nationality Act of 1981 allows a child to be born in the UK. Allows a child born in the UK after 1st of January 1983 to be registered as a British citizen if, while he or she is a child, the father or mother becomes a British citizen or becomes settled in the UK, and an application is made for the child's registration as a British citizen. Now, let me ask you my question. Let's go to the scenario I'll give you and see if we can quickly test our knowledge on that. Now, let's get the question. Zainabu was born on the 10th of June 2021. At the time of Zainabu's birth. Her parents were not married. Zainabu's father was granted 2.5 years leave to remain in 2018 based on his private life in the UK. Zainabu's mother obtained her settled status in the UK 2021 in July under the EU settlement scheme. In a conversation with a friend, Zainabu's mother was told that she could apply for a British passport for Zainabu as the mother was settled or has settled in the UK. Now I'm asking you four questions. Which one of the following is likely to happen to Zainabu's passport application? A. Zainabu will be issued with a British passport, but the mother has to pay for the passport application fee and provide signed consent from Zainabu's father. B. Zainabu's passport application will be rejected because she does not qualify for a British passport. C. Zainabu's passport application will be rejected if the father fails to provide signed parental consent to the application. And finally, consideration of Zainabu's passport application will be delayed until Zainabu's British citizenship registration certificate is issued by the Home Office. Now, it's a bit lengthy, but before I ask you to give me any answer, let me go back to the nugget again and give you that backdrop. The British Nationality Act of 1981 allows a child born in the UK after January 1, 1983 to be registered as a British citizen if while he or she is a child, the father or mother becomes a British citizen or becomes settled in the UK and an application is made for the child's registration as a British citizen. That's taken from Section 1.3 of the British Nationality Act of 1981. So I'll just drop my social media notification. Then I come back to ask for your answers to the question. I know some of you may have followed us on social media earlier in the week and you have provided some answers. But those of you with us live on the program, you can send in your question. Robert, you've come through. Yes, I'll be doing that. But let's draw the social media promo and we come back to pick up the answers. Okay, we're coming back. We're on. Okay, now let's see what answers you have for me. Zainabu's situation. Robert Jemfi says is D. D is the fourth one. It says consideration of Zainabu's passport application will be delayed until Zainabu's British citizenship registration certificate is issued by the Home Office. Bernard K. Abua also says is D. Okay, let's see who else has come up with something. Ricky Oboche. Ricky says is B. Zainabu's passport application will be rejected because she does not qualify for a British passport. Okay, let's see what else we have. Daniel Opon says C. C, passport application will be rejected if the father fails to provide signed parental consent to the application. Daniel Opon says C. Margaret Mp, A. Zainabu will be issued a British passport, but the mother has to pay for the passport application fee and provide signed consent from Zainabu's father. Daniela Chaymensa says is D. That's the fourth one. Okay. Well, for the sake of time, let me quickly go to Uncle Ben and see. This is a bit tricky. Based on the nugget, this looks a bit tricky, but it's straightforward. The answer is somewhere there. I've seen it. Uncle Ben.
Yes. So I'm so happy because this nugget is coming from the team. So selected members of the team are getting nuggets. So this one was prepared by Charles.
Oh, okay.
So me, I don't know that. This is not one of mine. I don't know that. First of all, let's look at the question.
Yes.
Zainabu was born on June 10th, 2021. Are there any qualifications? At the time of Zainabu's birth, her parents were not married.
Yeah.
Zainabu's father was granted 2.5 years to remain in 2018 based on his private life. 2018 to 2021, he hasn't got indefinite leave. At the time Zainabu was born in 2021. Zainabu's mother obtained a settlement in UK in July 2021. The child was born in June. So the child was born before the mother became settled. So both the father and the mother at the date of birth were not settled. And therefore, when you go to section 1.1 of the British Nationality Act, the child is not British.
Okay.
What are we applying for? We're applying for a British passport. We're not applying for nationality. We're applying for a British passport. We know the child is not British. So let's go to the possible answers. Zainabu will be issued a passport. Already that's wrong because she doesn't qualify. She's not British.
Okay.
2, Zainabu's passport application will be rejected because she does not qualify for a British passport. Possibly. C, Zainabu's passport application will be rejected if the father fails to provide signed parental consent. Well, the father, at the time the child was born, the father was not settled, mother was not settled. So C will not apply. D, consideration of Zainabu's passport application will be delayed until Zainabu's British passport registration certificate. It's telling you that possibly she may have to do a registration, but I wish the British Passport Office had that sympathy and empathy and love and kindness for our people. They will reject the application and tell you, Zainabu, thank you for applying. We've taken your money. You don't qualify. This is why, when you qualify, pay the fee again and come and apply. Answer is B.
Okay. you see how tactical, very, very for lack of a better expression, very sharp Uncle Ben is. He's dissected the thing, taking out all the possible wrong answers, and we have arrived at the right answer. The answer is B. Zainabu's passport application will be rejected. No, he said that he wasn't even aware of the question. It was put together by lawyer 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗪. Okay. So Zainabu's passport application will be rejected when Zainabu was born. Neither of her parents had become settled or was a British citizen. The mother obtained the EU as a settled status after Zainabu's birth. Therefore, she cannot become a British citizen automatically. For Zainabu to be issued with a British passport upon application, she must first be registered as a British citizen. You see how sharp the man is? And that's why I tell you, come to BWF Solicitors, because there is always a way around whatever question you have, and they will give you the answer. Well, tradition we can't go away from, so I would ask Uncle Ben to help us with a brief summary of what we have looked at this afternoon.
Okay, so first of all, thank you very much. Our emphasis today is to ensure that the community is empowered through knowledge acquisition and information. What we've done today is to open the floor to people and the opportunity to businesses, everyday ordinary businesses, who want to bring somebody who will stay with them longer and they will be able to run a successful business. We've also pointed you to how to manage your business and start the process, including obtaining finance from the government to support you. But I end with this caveat. Please, this is a serious business. And if you're not a serious person, don't get involved, because a buying cover a bit me a down, sir. Thank you very much.
Well, I know that if you do not do it right, you will be at the wrong side of the law. It's been an exciting edition of the Community on the Law, and we have learned a lot. If you need any further assistance or information, call 0208-493-7340 or 077-127-61884. That's the emergency number. Today, we've learned a lot, and I want to invite you to come join us again same time next week. The program has been produced and directed by Professor Ade and Pamela, and also administered by Sheila and Padmo Dodu. I want to say thank you very much to BWF Solicitors, especially to Uncle Ben, for spending 2 solid hours and more of his time with us to educate us on that. Lawyer 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗪 and all the other members of the BWF Solicitors family want to say thank you so very much. We'll be back again with you same time next week. My name is 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗪𝗧𝗬. Be good. you.